news for you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Rudy was saying 15 years ago that he didn't think he would be a two-time All-Star. Well, he is, you are, and back-to-back years. What makes this time so meaningful?
I think, where the team success is at. Last year was great because it was our first ones. I think, it was I wouldn't say a little more emotional, but I would say I would say a little more emotional because it was, your first one, you play a game to win and to get these accolades. And, I think that's something that, him and I definitely, looked at and was like, man, it's a big moment. I think, but now what makes this even more special is the team success we're having with it. How we're looking as a group and the fact that the coaching staff will be there too. I think that's something that's really, really special. And, I think we got to continue to keep building as a group, but the fact that we're here at this spot, and going to continue to keep working and getting better, I think is what makes it dope.
Hey, Don, I know that you guys are focused on continuing to play the games that are ahead of you, but just with the All-Star announcements, coming yesterday, I'm wondering if you've kind of allowed yourself to consider maybe what it'd be like playing against Rudy this year, or maybe being on the opposite team of the one that Quinn is coaching.
I think I didn't realize that that'd be the case until this morning, until somebody told me. I've played against Rudy before, so that one won't be as different, as weird. But playing against Coach, I think if that happens, I think that'll be definitely a different experience. I'm probably game plan against me in all the right ways, but no. But I think it'll just be either way, whether it's it's we all three of us are together, or two of us, or it's all of us, or against each other, whatever it may be. I think it's just the fact that we're there. Like I said, the team success that we're having. For us being there representing, our team, for Coach as well, getting his first nod, the coaching staff. I think it's just an amazing experience, and I think it's an experience we can go in there and also learn a little bit. That's kind of what I try and do in moments like this. You got guys who have been there 13 times, 15 times, 9 times, and just picking their brain about how they get through seasons like this, similar to a lockout season, because it's going to be tough, towards the end. How do you, their off-season regimen, certain things that help better myself. That's kind of what I use these situations for, not just so much to play in the game, but kind of going in there and having those conversations. I think it'll be pretty special.
Now, Campbell, UtahJazz.com.
Hey, Donovan. So in many ways, All-Star, of course, is a personal accomplishment. But can you an important part of this team is the brotherhood. Can you speak more to how this team has played an important role in your selection this year?
I think, it's definitely, it's made a huge impact. I think from the start, us being the number 1 seed, Rudy and I aren't here, and the coach isn't there without everybody as a whole. You don't just get there just as an individual. I think it's the team success. Like I said, the team having our backs, supporting us, continue to be great. Guys like, Joe, Royce, George, JC, who may not get the look for the All-Star, even Mike Conley, especially Mike, I think may not get the look for the All-Star, but do the things that, are needed to help us win these games. And then also allow myself and Rudy and Coach to kind of get these nods and get these accolades, and we put the work in, but they're right there having our back and continuing to support us. And that's why we are where we are as a team. But at the end of the day, we're not here to celebrate what happens. And just in February, we're here to hopefully, continue to do things into the summer and then to July. And that's really where our head is at. And that's what makes this group so special because, this moment is great. It's great to have this moment in time, but, we got to get ready for the second half of the year.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
Donovan, you've already done the dunk contest and the skills challenge. Would you have interest in a 3-point contest?
Yeah. I'll be in it. I'm doing it. So I'm excited. I've been begging Joe to get in it, but, he's old. So he's, going to go sit in his rocking chair or something with the kids. But no, I'm definitely doing it. I'm excited. I just found out today, but I'll be in it, so I'm excited.
Aaron Falk, UtahJazz.com.
Don, you mentioned Mike. I just wonder what your thoughts were when you didn't hear his name last night, and also just I guess how cool it was that he's one of the first people out there tweeting and still congratulating you guys, even though I'm sure he was undoubtedly a little bummed.
Yeah, I can, for me, I hit Mike and talked to him about it. But, the thing is, like, it's tough seeing that, I think he's like I've said it 1,000 times, and you guys have all seen it after watching us. But it's unfortunate we don't play on TV enough for people to see the impact that he has, national TV, I should say. The impact that he has from game to game. Not just everybody looks at the box score, but just the impact as far as controlling the game, controlling how the game is played. Obviously coming in there at games where he's had 30, there are games where he's had damn near triple double or had 12 assists, 10 rebounds, whatever it may be. He does whatever's necessary and that's the definition of an all-star. And I think, with us being the number one seed, I thought he was definitely going to be able to get in. It's unfortunate that he wasn't. Hopefully he still has a shot with the Anthony Davis replacement. But, I think that's just something for us that will fuel him even more. It's been fueling him his whole career to be the player that he's been. And I think, we're going to go out there and continue to show our support for him because he's definitely earned the spot. It's unfortunate he didn't get it. Hopefully he does, but he's definitely earned it, and he's definitely going to continue to put the work in regardless.
David Locke, Jazz Radio.
Donovan, how are you a better player than you were a year ago?
I think for me, being able to, I would say slow down, but I've used that before. I would say my pace, controlling the game, controlling myself, understanding the game. I'd say a little bit more. You watch film all these years, you do all these different things, but now things are starting to slow down. You're starting to understand what you're seeing every day. You understand personnel, you understand, habits, and that just comes with time, and watching it over and over and over again. So for me, it's easy to point out, you can point out to the threes, you can point out to whatever. But I think for me, the thing that stands out to me is just the pace and the ability to understand, to know what to do when whatever's coming your way. And I think it started for me when I really started to slow it down and started to understand the game a little bit more in a more in-depth way was after the bubble, because it allowed me to understand the level I can get to, the level I can be at, not just from a scoring standpoint, from an overall player standpoint. And I think this year for me, it's just being able to understand what's going to be thrown my way, what's going to be thrown our team's way, and being able to kind of, manufacture certain different things throughout the game.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.